Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Celebration Center for Spiritual Living on this beautiful spring morning. Happy spring. Officially yesterday, the first day of spring, and I don't know what y'all did, but I celebrated the occasion by going out and buying daffodils to plant in some pots on my deck because I just love the daffodils and I've loved seeing them on the roads as I drive by all those first little signs of spring and there's buds on the trees. What a beautiful, glorious day. So welcome everybody to Celebration Center for Spiritual Living this morning. I am so grateful and glad that you are all here. It is so good to see everybody's faces here on Zoom. And if you are joining us on Facebook Live, I will post that Zoom link in just a moment if you want to come join us on Zoom. Otherwise, we are so grateful to have you there as well. As you know, we are committed to continuing to do all of our events virtually moving forward. However, we will be back in person eventually, and that will happen here in Falls Church, Virginia, in Northern California, the DC metro area. So if you're in that area, when we do come back in person, we would love to have you join us. So without further ado, I would love to, one of the first things that we do now is recite our vision. And we are doing that so that we can all make sure that we are headed in the same direction together, looking at the same horizon. So Ivor, if you will stay muted and say this together with me. We are celebrating spirit within and knowing the oneness of humanity. Yes, we are. And it is so easy to celebrate that spirit within each and every person, each and every beautiful face that I see here, and to know the oneness of humanity that is in, through, and as each and every person on this planet. And so now I would love to welcome our music director, Lynn Hollyfield, to open us with some spring music.
All right, thank you. I'm going to do a beautiful song that my friend Carrie Creed put this Vietnamese poem to music. It's called Rebirth. And there's some information in the chat. Spring comes and 100 flowers. Spring goes and 100 flowers. My eyes see things passing. My head fills with years. But when spring is gone, not all flowers follow. Last night, a plum branch blossomed by my door. But when spring is gone, not all flowers follow. Last night, a plum branch blossomed by my door. Here's to synchronicity. My little bird clock went off in the middle of that song. So anyway, thank you.
Oh, I so thought you had done that on purpose. I was like, Lynn has next leveled our music this morning. Thank you so much. That was beautiful. And now I would like to invite our licensed practitioner, Suzanne Delahaye, to offer some reading and some prayer for us this morning.
Thank you. A practitioner, what does a practitioner do? We pray. It is part of our job description, yay. And as such, our prayers follow a distinct pattern of which we have. It's affirmative prayer. We also offer sessions for people who would like to have clarity in their lives, who would like to find more love, more joy, and all those good things that we all want in our lives. And that basically is what a practitioner does. And I have a reading. You have heard a great deal about the healing Christ, who can come to you with power. Do you realize that this Christ is already here? This Christ is the incarnation of God in every soul, every individual. Surely God has imparted itself to every soul. This is not true. You could not be here. Your Christ is the unique incarnation. This living presence is at the center of your being. Now, not by and by, if you open the door of your consciousness and welcome this divine guest, it will enter. And I now enter into this moment with prayer. And knowing that there's only one presence, one experience of life and love that always is and always has been. Knowing this, I now know that I am one with this presence, one with this divinity, one with this inner Christ. And I accept my oneness with joy, with gladness in my heart. And in this moment, I know that all is well, that we accept perfect wholeness in our lives, that our beautiful beings express this wondrous joy that is, this wondrous expression of life that is so miraculous that we look for miracles in our lives. We see miracles in our lives. And knowing this, I am indeed at joy, in beauty, in peace, harmonious with love. Joy is mine, and I claim it for all who are here, all in this world, all in our universe. And knowing this, I give thanks for this joy. I give thanks for this oneness. I give thanks for this love that created us. I give thanks for all things. I give thanks. I give thanks. I give thanks. And in gratitude, loving gratitude, I experience this joy, and I released all concerns of every nature, knowing that all is well. All is well. All manner of things are well. And I release my word unto the law, knowing that it is done with power and love. And as I say with all, and so it is.
And so it is. Thank you so much, Suzanne. And now I invite, we have a guest musician today joining us. We have the amazing, the incredible Karen Drucker joining us today for our music. And Karen, if you don't know Karen Drucker, you probably do know Karen Drucker, and you don't know that you know her. She has put out over 20 New Thought CDs and songbooks, and we sing her music all the time without even realizing that we're singing her music. And so, she has, if you go to karendrucker.com, I'll put it in the chat. She has a bio and all of the places that you can buy her amazing music. But the running joke that Reverend Jay and I had at Napa Valley Center for Spiritual Living was, if we didn't know who wrote a song, it was probably Karen Drucker. It was probably Karen Drucker, because she has written so many amazing New Thought songs and chants. And so I am so excited and pleased to welcome Karen.
Good morning, Celebration Center for Spiritual Living. Karen Drucker coming to you from San Francisco. Here's a song for you this morning. I do believe that I will receive. I just have to know and then declare it to be so with an open mind and just a little bit of time. If it serves my highest good, then it will be mine. That's what it's about. If it serves my highest good, I'm open to receiving from Spirit. I do believe that I will receive. I just have to know and then declare it to be so, and then declare it to be so with an open mind and just a little bit of time. If it serves my highest good, then it will be mine. You got it? Okay, sing with me now. You can do this. Here we go. I do believe I will receive, I will receive. I just have to know. I just have to know and then declare it to be so with an open mind. Just a little bit of time. If it serves my highest good, then it will be mine. I do believe I will receive. I just have to know, and then declare it to be so with an open mind. Just a little bit of time. If it serves my highest good, then it is mine. I do believe I will receive. I just have to know, and then declare it to be so with an open mind. Just a little bit of time. If it serves my highest good, then it is mine. I do believe. Sing it out now. I will receive. I just have to know. I just have to know, and then declare it to be so with an open mind. Just a little bit of time. If it serves my highest good, then it is mine. Here's the deal. Anything I want, it is mine. You sing that now. Anything I want, it is mine. How about perfect health? It is mine. Yeah. it serves my highest good, it is mine. That's what it comes down to. If it serves my highest good, it is mine. Now, if it serves my highest good, it is mine. So it is.
Thank you so much, Karen. I love her music because it's so just profound and yet so simple and so beautiful. And of course, Karen is just an amazing entertainer. And so it's like, yes, it is mine. It is mine. So thank you so much, Karen, for being here with us today. So, with open arms, this topic, man, this topic has been working me this week. And I know I say that every week, and I have figured out quickly, I was licensed and then started with y'all kind of all at the same time. I think I had 6 hours in which I was licensed and not, officially the senior minister here. And I'm really figuring out that part of a minister's job is to allow whatever the topic is for the week to work them. And I've found that that's really true for myself, is that as I come up with these as I come up to these topics, we're using the global themes from Centers for Spiritual Living, our home organization. But as I come up to these themes, as I start to think about them, and I usually record a video after church on Sunday for the following week. So that's like, it's a pretty immediate changeover. Like something is happening, something big is happening within me with all of these different topics. And so this idea of with open arms, the place that I immediately kind of went to, the first place that I immediately went to is that place that Karen was singing about, that place of it is mine, that divine birthright, that I will receive whatever Spirit has to offer, to whatever level I am open to receive it. So really quick, do something with me. So I want you to cross your arms like this. Everybody cross your arms. So if I try to hand you something and your arms are all crossed like this, and maybe you have your brow furrowed and your shoulders up, if I try to hand you something, it's just going to fall on the floor in front of you, right? You can't receive it. Now, take your arms and just open as big as you can, and feel how when you open, your face naturally relaxes and your shoulders kind of naturally drop, and all of a sudden your chest is expanded, your heart is open and vulnerable and in that place of receptivity to life. And so when I think about with open arms, the first place that I go to, you put your arms down now if you want, or you can just stay open to the whole talk if you want. But I think about, how do I approach Spirit? How do I approach all of the blessings that are constantly being rained down upon me as my divine birthright, as a spiritual being having this human experience? How do I stay that open to all of those blessings, all of that good stuff? Ernest Holmes says, expectancy speeds progress. Therefore, live in a continual state of expectancy. No matter how much good you are experiencing today, expect greater good tomorrow. Expect to meet new friends. Expect to meet new and wonderful experiences. Try this magic of expectancy, and you will soon discover a dramatic side to your work which gives full vent to constructive feeling. As Irina said on Wednesday when we were talking about this quote, I don't necessarily always want to meet new friends, but that expectation of magic, that expectation of new and wonderful experiences, that every day that I wake up, wow, it is a good day to be alive. I'm taking a sign language class, Science of Mind sign language class with Reverend Raymond Anderson, and he taught us it is good to be alive. It is good to be alive. And I was like, heck yeah, it is good to be alive, right? And so that is that expectancy, and it speeds progress. If I have myself closed off and I'm going, I want health, I want prosperity, I want happiness, it's going to take me a while to get from this to yes, I want health, I want prosperity, I want happiness, I am open to receive all of these things, all of these desires, all of this abundance that is mine. Desire comes from desire, of the Father. And so, we don't think of God the Father, right? But it's this idea that desires come to us from that spirit, from that thing that is greater than us, that thing that created us, that co-creation spirit. And so our desires are good, they are healthy, they are beautiful. And so we open ourselves up to receiving the desires that the Spirit has laid into our hearts. The other place, I go several places with this idea of with open arms. The other place that I go is maybe not quite so easy to embrace. I go to this place of, can I be open to life, regardless of what life is bringing to me in this moment? And this is what I talked about in my little blurb that I sent out yesterday with our e-news. Can I be open to life when life is showing up to me in a way that I would maybe not want to be open to? Can I show up to life when I'm having a challenging conversation with someone? Can I show up to life when things aren't going the way that I expected them to? Can I show up to life when it doesn't feel safe? And what I want to tell you about safety is that it is an illusion. Safety is an illusion, because we are safe on a grand oneness scale. We are safe. This divinity, who we are, the very core of our soul, of our being, it cannot be touched. And so we are safe. And so we have all of these mechanisms in our brains, right? We have the lizard brain, and we have all this stuff that keeps us safe. And so we tend to run away from experiences where we don't know what to expect, and we tend to shrink back from life in areas that it might not be necessary to shrink back from, because we are evolutionarily designed to run away from the saber-toothed tiger. And so our bodies don't know the differences between new experience or new friend, or I don't know what this is, and saber-toothed tiger, run. And so we tend to just run. We just run. But the reality is that it's probably not a saber-toothed tiger, probably not, right? It's just a new experience. And so we can train ourselves to stay open through the discomfort, to stay open to life, even when life is showing up in a way that we might want to constrict just a little bit away from. We might, I don't know if I want that. No, breathe into it. One of my favorite affirmations when I'm having an experience like this is for me. This too is for me. This experience is for me. This conversation is for me. This unexpected bill is for me. In some way, this experience also is the Spirit showing up in and through my life. This is my highest and best unfolding. I might not be able to see it, but this too is for me. Jeff Brown, who is a writer and author. He's a prolific New Thought sort of spiritualist, talks a lot about enlightenment. I love this quote. It actually popped up in my memories on Facebook this morning. I posted it like a decade ago, and I was like, this is perfect. What Jeff Brown says is, I am not interested in enlightenment if it means detachment from the emotional body, the earth plane, the challenges of being human. I am interested in enrealment, 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 because it means that my most spiritual moments are inclusive, arising right in the heart of all that is human, joy and sorrow, shopping lists and unity, consciousness, fresh mangoes and stale bread. The truth is that that's the totality, right? He continues, enrealment is about living in all aspects of reality simultaneously, rather than only those realms that feel the most comfortable. We are not just the light or the mind or the emptiness or perpetual positivity. We are the everything. It's all God. Even the dust that falls off my awakening heart. It is all God, even the dust that falls off of my awakening heart. And so when I think about with open arms, I think about the acceptance and the embracing that is so big that it includes the totality of all of God, all of spirit, all of life. Something that happens to me is sometimes I'll just be grumpy. I don't know if anybody else has ever been grumpy or ever gets grumpy, but I know that I do. And it doesn't always seem like there's a reason. Like I can't pinpoint this happened and now I'm grumpy. Sometimes I'm just grumpy. And what I've noticed is that when I used to shrink away from that, right? Because you have to have positive thinking. You have to have positive thinking, or otherwise you're creating negative things in your life. So you have to stay positive. And so I would push the grumpiness away and I would fight against the grumpiness. But you know what? Sometimes we're just grumpy. We're human. We're human. There might be a reason, there might not be a reason. And so instead of forcing positivity, instead I embrace the grumpiness and I go, this is interesting. I'm feeling really grumpy today. I'll say that out loud to myself sometimes. Feeling really grumpy. It's a very grumpy day today. And I'll think, what do I need? What am I seeking in this moment? What is my body needing? What are my emotions needing? What is my mind needing? And sometimes when I dig into the grumpiness, when I embrace the grumpiness, thank you, Terry, just a little bit, I find something. Oh, okay, well, I haven't drank any water and it's 2 p.m. I might be thirsty. It's showing up as grumpy, but I might be thirsty. Or, I really just want to go to the park and read a book today. Let me look at my schedule and see if I can make that work for a little while. Or, I just really need to move my body. I'm going to go take a walk for 20 minutes. Or I need a nap. Yesterday, I was a little grumpy. I needed a nap. I went to bed for an hour. I woke up a whole different person. It's the human equivalent of have you tried turning it off and back on again? That's what a nap is. Turn it off and back on again. Just reset the whole thing. And so when we can embrace that grumpy instead of pushing it away, we step out of this forced positivity thinking and into possibility thinking, into this idea that there is an infinite realm of possibilities that are open and available to me in this moment. And when I choose to deepen into who I am and how I'm showing up, I am open to accept and receive more of those possibilities than I have ever imagined before. And so that's the beauty of being open to all of life, all of experiences. Yes, we are open to receive our blessings. Are we open to receive our blessings when they look like discomfort? And how do we stay open to those experiences? Another aspect of staying open with open arms, right? With open arms is opening to that thing that is so much greater than we are. You know, we are God. That is our teaching, right? That we are each individualized expressions of the one. And that one thing, we call it God, we call it spirit, we call it infinite, we call it Allah, we call it Abba, we call it source, we call it all of these names. There's thousands and thousands of names for this infinite presence, this consciousness that exists. And we are that. We are. And yet, that is greater than us also. It's a paradox that we get to hold. It's both of these things. And not only is it the all, and it's me as this individualized expression, but it's also this presence, this consciousness that we can commune with. We can step into this experience of meditating with the divine. I journal, and I journal to Bev. And Bev is short for beloved, and it is my intimate connection with that infinite presence. And you know, sometimes it just feels really good to surrender to something that knows a little bit more than I do in this finite body with this finite mind and these finite experiences. And so opening, when I think about opening and with open arms, I think about opening to that presence, opening to that which is greater than myself, that which knows just a little bit more than I do. And one of the ways that we can do this is through the practice of visioning. And in our class last Wednesday, we actually had an experience of visioning, and most everybody in class had had that experience before. But I love this process of visioning, and unlike visualization, which is where you have a thought, I go, oh, I want a new car, and I want it to be a red, Tesla X, and I want it to have all these features, and I want it to, cost this much, and I want it to do all these things. And then I visualize it, and I think about myself driving it, and I think about the wind whipping through my hair and how cool the falcon doors are and all of this stuff. That's visualization. But what I'm talking about is visioning. And that is where we open to that presence, that thing that is greater than who we are. And we say, what is the highest, greatest vision for my life? What is Spirit seeking to express through me? Reverend JJ talked about it last week. And when we open to this presence, when we embrace this vision for our lives, what we're saying, when I say I embrace that which is greater than me, I do so with enthusiasm. Ernest also says, oh, no, that's not Ernest, sorry. Where is it? The spiritual genius of Jesus lay in his knowledge of spiritual laws. He dared to believe in the invisible source of his being and to trust it. He was not frightened by the storm nor by the fears of others. He could say peace to both. He was able to bring the calm of others to the surface. This is the deep calling unto the deep. It is God calling unto God. It is God answering God. And so when I think about this idea of visioning, Jesus just had it, like he kind of had it going on, right? We look at him as the great example, not the great exception, but the great example of our lives. And we can do that as well. We can be God calling unto God through this practice of visioning. We can be God answering God in this practice. We can be the deep calling unto the deep. And when we're in this spirit of visioning, when we're opening to that experience and embracing it and embodying it with enthusiasm, what I know is that all of the rest of it just kind of falls away. And we can step into that place of peace, knowing that no matter what is going on, whatever we are called to embrace, whatever we are opening to, any experiences, that God is going to make it good. Spirit is going to make it good. The final thing that comes up for me when I think about with open arms is a hug. We haven't been doing a whole lot of hugging lately. So this is a metaphorical hug right now. But I think about being open to one another. And when I step in for an embrace, right? Like when I come in for a hug, I can't come in for, okay, let's hug. I can't do that, right? I have to be open. I have to show you all of me. I have to show you all of my heart. I have to step in saying, here I am, here is all of me. And so does the other person. And so this metaphorical hug, this metaphorical embrace with one another, it reaches across the table. It builds bridges. It has the ability, when we are willing to embrace another, it has the ability to set down all of the differences, all of the opinions and ideas, and you said this and she did that and this happened and they over there and those people. No, because when we embrace, what we are doing is we are embracing our oneness in spirit. Leo Buscaglia says, love is always open arms. If you close your arms about love, you will find that you are left holding only yourself. And that's not where we want to be. Yes, we want to hold and love ourselves, but we also want to hold and love one another. It's one of the beauties of being human, of having these bodies. There's a really cool, I think it's a video, I think it's a TikTok actually, of somebody talking about how incredibly made the human body is to be with another human body. Like our fingers just perfectly interlock with somebody else's hands. And our arms just perfectly reach out to embrace another soul. And it's so easy to walk step in step. We naturally fall into step with one another. And we naturally, when we speak with another person, we naturally pick up on their accents and their colloquials and their little words and turns of phrases. And we can see that, I can see that when I could see it growing up when my mom would call back home. You know, the first 8 years of my life, we lived in New Hampshire, which is the North. But my mom was from Texas, and she would call home and she would talk to her mother, and she would get off the phone and she would have an accent that I had never heard before as a child, because all of a sudden she's speaking like she did growing up in the South. She had that Southern accent. I think I probably do it too. I get off the phone talking to my friends in Asheville or even my mom or my family, and all of a sudden I have this Southern accent again, because we are naturally designed to come together. And this is across the board. And so Edwin Gaines, every night before bed, Edwin Gaines says, who have I set outside of my heart today? Who have I placed outside of my heart? Who have I said, I don't know that I want to include you in my embrace? And then she thinks about it and she actively forgives herself and forgives the person and invites them back into her heart. And so when I think about this with open arms, I think about holding the whole world, every single person in it, whether we agree with them or not, whether they look like us or they don't, whether they act like us or think like us or not. We embrace all of it, because all of the diversity is important. And so this with open arms, it's been working me this week. I have had experiences. I have had to do tax prep. I didn't want to stay open to that, but I did. I worked on with open arms. How can I approach this experience showing my whole heart, being wholly there, fully present to what is happening for me? And I invite you to do the same. Open to receive all of the blessings that are available, open to receive and accept every experience that is unfolding in your life, open to that something greater, that vision, that highest and best that is showering down and overflowing and overtaking your life. And open to every single person that you come in contact with. Even if that person is a newscaster or a story, open to all of it with open arms. And now I invite us to pray. And what I know is that there is only that one thing going on, that one infinite, absolute, eternal presence, that one thing that is all love, all abundance, all prosperity, all joy, all wisdom, all hope, all bliss. It is all of the good stuff, all of the fullness of life. And I know and affirm that because there is one, that each and every one of us here, each and every person on this planet, every experience, every individual is that one infinite, absolute presence showing up and experiencing life as that individualized expression. We are each God being God here on earth. Every breath that we take is the breath of God. Every step that we take is a step of God. Every action that we make is the action of God, showing up and experiencing and expressing itself as us. And so I just know and affirm that we open fully to all of life, that we spread our arms out wide and we say yes to all that life has to offer. We embrace all of the good stuff, knowing that every single thing that happens is for us. This is for us. This is for us. And I am so profoundly grateful for the willingness, the vulnerability to say yes and to show up and to spread our arms wide and to embrace life, embrace ourselves, embrace spirit, and embrace one another. I am so grateful for these amazing bodies that have these amazing arms to allow us to just be so open and so clear, to meet the infinite as the infinite in every experience. And so I just release my word. I know that it is done as I have spoken because my word is God's word, and there is no other option than for it to come into full fruition as I have spoken, and even greater, even more magnificent as we open to that which is greater than who we are. I let it go. I let it be. I know it is done, and I say with everyone, and so it is. And now I would like to invite Karen Drucker back for another song.
Are you open to the possibility of what your life could be? Just open to the possibility. And sing with me. I am open to the possibility. I am open to the possibility of a life that is meant to be lived by me. That's how it goes. Sing with me now. I am open to the possibility. I am open, yes, to the possibility of a life that is meant to be lived by me. And I don't have all the answers now, but I'm willing to take it slow. And I believe that something is calling me, but where that path will lead, I don't know. But I am open to the possibility. I am open to the possibility of a life that is meant to be lived by me. There's an open road as far as I can see, and my heart will lead the way. Step by step through the mystery, I surrender every day. But I am open to the possibility. I am open to the possibility of a life that is meant to be lived by me. And I am open. So just put your hand on your heart. Open. And just feel it opening. Open like this. Just say open. I am open to so many possibilities, open to the possibilities of a life that is meant to be lived by me. I am open.
Thank you so much, Karen. So now we have just a few minutes for Tell Us, and I would love to hear from you. What are you open to? What does with open arms mean to you? And what are you open to embracing and accepting and receiving today? Just raise your hand. Anyone? Anyone? Brenda. You are muted, darling.
More. I am open to more.
What does more look like to you?
I had my first open arm experience last weekend with my family in Richmond, and I hugged everybody constantly. It felt so good. I'm free, I'm vaccinated, and so are they. And the words don't even come to my lips. It was so wonderful. And so I am open to more of that.
Yes. Thank you, Brenda. I think we're all open to more of that. Harrison, did I see your hand up?
Yes, I just wanted to say I am open to letting go of everything that gets in the way of being more open and trusting life. All old resentments and traumas and places where I've skinned my knee. So I'm open to letting that go and opening up to taking more of the goodness that's always there, just waiting for me to receive it. Trust, in trust.
Yes, thank you, Harrison. That's such a good reminder too, especially after last week when Reverend JJ talked about releasing that which no longer serves us to allow us to open our arms to be willing to receive all of the blessings. Richard.
Let me get myself here.
Yep, you're good. We can hear you. We can hear you. We can see you.
Yeah. I wish I wouldn't look so pale for some weird reason there. I don't know why. I got used to that. I took the blinds down to cut the light because I'm facing the backyard there. But anyway, yeah. Well, I'm open to great experiences this year as the weather gets warmer and cookouts with my friends, and maybe you'll come by and visit too sometime this summer. And yesterday, now my birthday is actually next Friday, but two of my friends treated me to dinner yesterday at a place called Busboys and Poets in Shirlington Village. Interesting place. They have poetry readings and things there too, you know. So that was great. And then next Saturday, three other friends of mine we're gonna celebrate at a restaurant in Clifton, Virginia, which I've never been to, but we're gonna see what that's like. But I'm open to you know, good times.
Nice. I love that. And I can attest, I went to Richard's house and we hung out, masks, of course, masks and safety, last week so that I could help you with your camera. And I can attest that Richard is not as pale as he might be appearing on the camera.
No, I'm not.
He looks very healthy.
Something, but yeah, I don't know. It's strange. But anyway, no, yeah,
Thank you so much, Richard. I can have time for one more comment if anybody else has anything. Ed Preston.
Okay. I'm open to just experiencing nature as it flows on into a beautiful spring. And I want to just keep experiencing some of that every day.
Yes, more nature. I love that. And nature, what a beautiful time to open to all of nature's little joys and surprises and experiences of spring as we watch the buds unfold and the birds sing and the animals and everything come alive again after the winter. Thank you, Ed. And so now, thank you everyone for us, and we'll have more time to talk about all of this after the service in our community Zoom. And if you're on Facebook, feel free to join us. That link is there. If it's later and you're watching the recording, check our website for more information about when you can join us in person. So with that, I would love to move on to our prayers and our tithes. So first, we are a praying community. We know and affirm that prayer works. And what we do here is an affirmative prayer called Spiritual Mind Treatments that Ernest Holmes, our founder, developed. And it is powerful. It is so powerful. And so there are a couple of different ways that we can pray with you. You can either send your prayers to prayer@celebrationcenter.org, which Suzanne has put in the chat and I'll put on Facebook as well. Or you can go to our website at celebrationcenter.org. And if you look down right there, you can see Ivor is showing us request affirmative prayer. And that form will go to our practitioners. Either way that you choose to send us your prayer requests, just know that they are held in confidentiality with myself as the minister and our practitioners. And now, hold on, Ivor, don't go anywhere yet, because I would also love to invite you to give to our center, and you can do that right there at that green button. And when you click on that, it leads you to PayPal. You can donate to our center, and know that any of your donations, all of your donations, go to support the health and vitality of not only this Celebration Center for Spiritual Living, but also out into the greater community. We are a tithing organization, and therefore we give back to the community. We give back to our home organization centers for spiritual living. And I know that the law of reciprocity works. You cannot outgive the universe, and everything that you give out returns multiplied abundantly to you. And so with that, I would like you to bring your hands to your heart and think about all of the gifts that you are giving to the center. Tithe, time, and talent as we repeat or as we say our offertory affirmation together. I open my heart to give and receive the blessings that our spirits promise to me. As I do, the entire universe conspires to give me an abundant life, and I open to accept it, and so it is. And I invite you to open your arms and be open to accept all of the good of the universe. And now I'd like to invite our music director, Lynn, back.
Hope you'll sing at home with me. Here we go. From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and by this we live. From you I receive, to you I give. Together we share, and by this we live.
Thank you so much, Lynn. Thank you. And Suzanne, will you please bless our prayers and our offering?
Yes. And knowing that the abundance of God, the abundance of the universe is ours. We give from what we call the overflow, from that which comes so readily to us. We give from our love to our love. And knowing this, I know that the prayer requests are blessed, that they are in truth an expression of God, an expression of the desires of our hearts, that the health and love and joy and gladness of God are ours. And it is good. It is all good. And now I know that as I say these words, they are true, they are blessed. And I release my word unto the Lord, knowing that they are done. And so it is.
So it is. And so it is. Thank you so much, Suzanne. And now I would like to invite a new announcer. We have our new on the Leadership Council Vice President, Harrison Snow, here ready to give us some announcements for the week.
Okay, thank you, Reverend Kris. Let's take this step of giving and receiving that in the beautiful flow that we're in now, and open our arms wide and just welcome, give a warm welcome to anyone who's new or second time or just hasn't been here in a while and would just like to be seen and receive the loving acknowledgement of this beloved community. So do we have anyone here still here that fits that? You haven't been seen in a while, or you're new to us, or sort of new? And if you are, just turn on your camera. That's all you got to do, and wave, and we'll wave back, giving you that embrace. Oh, there. All right. I see Christina. So just we're all opening our arms to Christina, waving, giving her love, and please receive this a warm welcome, Christina. Just know that you're. And is there anything you'd like to say? How you found us, or don't just take in as much as you can. And anything you'd like to say, we're all ears. Your voice is here to be heard.
Thank you. I found you on the internet. I have been. I found you through. I listened to, for years, been listening to Reverend Ike, and I said I need to find some place where the same teachings that he gives in live and in person. And I've enjoyed. This is my second time here at this with joining you in service, and it's been a joy. It's been a blessing, and I'm just so grateful that your arms are open to receive, and I have received. So I'm just grateful for being here.
Well, you have given us a beautiful gift of receiving our welcoming love. So thank you so much for being with us, and we hold you close to our heart. We hold everyone holds you close. So thank you, thank you. Anyone else? Anyone else need a warm embrace in this giving and receiving of welcoming and being seen and received, and knowing that we totally embrace you just as you are. This is a Mr. Rogers community. We love you just the way you are. Okay, well, just know we love you just the way you are anyway, whether you're turning on your camera or not. And let's find out what's going on. We have like 4 great things going on here. And the first is YouTube. Go to YouTube if you haven't already, and we're halfway to our goal to get you subscribed to YouTube. So find us on YouTube. And if we get 100, up to 100, Reverend Kris has promised she's going to change her hair whatever color we want. I don't know. I'd like your hair the way it is, but okay, if you're open for that, we'll go with that. So that's the first thing. The link is in the chat. I think someone put it in the chat. You can subscribe. There it is. It's on our chat to go subscribe. So if you do that now, we'll get closer to that 100, and that does good things for us. This afternoon, our dear own Lynn Holyfield will be proudly sharing her music on the Davies concert series. It starts at 4 p.m. So come and support our amazing Lynn Holyfield, our amazing music director. Free concert, but donations are totally welcome. And again, the link will be in the chat, and it's inspired by the Unitarian Universalist concert series. So please come this afternoon. Good Friday service that will be on April 2nd, 3 p.m. here on this Zoom site. You can join Irina Kurushets, and I always mess up your name, I'm sorry, Irina, who's along with the religious science practitioners, Reverend Chanosaurus, and our own dear Susanna Delahaney, who led us in prayer today. And there'll be a Taizé type service. I think I'm saying that right. So music, reading, meditation, and bring a candle if you wish. It'll be in honor of Duke Heights, our dear Duke Heights. So Easter Sunday, April 4th, mark your calendar for this service. The theme, of course, is Easter, Let Your Song Arise. And our own special choir will be performing with other musical treats, other special treats. So thank you all. I think that's the news for this coming few weeks, and look forward to seeing you at these events. Big hug to all.
Thank you so much, Harrison. Thank you. Yes, so I appreciate that you love my hair, but I have like 6-inch roots. So it's definitely needing to get redone. And with spring, it's time for a change. As y'all know, I had pink hair in the fall, and then it's been purple all winter. So it is time for a change. And I am happy to let y'all choose. And we are almost halfway there. So if you have not subscribed on YouTube, please do so. It will help us out a lot. And the reason that we're doing this, it's not just a random thing. At 100 subscribers, YouTube unlocks a lot of features for us that we want to have available to us moving forward on this channel. And also know that it's not a subscription like you think of a magazine subscription. It's more like a like on Facebook, where you like it, you subscribe, and then all it means is that when you go to YouTube, some of our videos will pop up onto your home screen with other videos that it self-populates. It doesn't send you emails. It doesn't sign you up for anything, no money or anything like that. Super simple. So please do that if you haven't had the chance. And also, we are so excited about Easter this year. Our choir has been prepping for almost a month at this point. They're really a couple weeks. It'll Lynn's making faces. It's going to be a really an incredible service, and I'm super excited to join y'all for that. And then, of course, the Good Friday service with our practitioners that, as y'all know, was spearheaded by our beloved Duke Height for many years. So lots and lots of great things coming up and happening. Check out Facebook, check out our website, and we look forward to seeing everybody at everything. And also, please do come to Lynn's concert. I will be there this afternoon. I just love her music. I can't get enough of it. So all of those links are in the chats. And without further ado, Lynn, would you like to close us out in another beautiful spring song?
Yeah, this is kind of a whimsical song I wrote several years ago, way back, 1998. I see on my lyrics there. Anyway, I hope you'll sing along with me with the chorus. So here we go. It's called Spring. Happy spring, everybody. Winter fades, forget the cold. Spring greens and never look so bold. Against blue skies and leafless trees, getting ready to burst out with signs of spring. The spring peepers, buds in song, their busy nesting singing all day long. Bulbs break ground and falling rain, so happy to greet spring again. Daffodils, baby leaves, waving wind and give a gentle breeze. Spring rain, rustle streams, wake up roots from your winter dreams. The spring peepers, birds in song, their business and singing all day long. Bulbs break ground and falling rain, so happy to greet spring again. Trees dance in the sun, squirrels relax, your winter work, it's done. This garden is calling me, my hands in dirt, it's where I wanna be. The spring peepers, birds in song, the business and singing all day long. Bulbs break ground and falling rain, so happy to greet spring again. I'm happy. Are you happy? So happy to greet spring. Oh, yeah. Happy spring.
Happy spring. I love that song. I was jamming out over here. And so I send all of us out into the world with wide open arms, ready to receive all of the amazing blessings and experiences that life has to offer this first beautiful week of spring. If you are on Facebook, I love you. Goodbye for now, and feel free to come join us on our community Zoom. Bye, Facebook.